Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to get some real fast cash, all right, I'm going to tell you some of the lenders that you want to check out, okay? And these are tier 3 and tier 4 lenders, and I'll explain that in a minute. But the first one you want to consider is DCU. Now, a lot of people talk about DCU, and the loan that they're actually talking about is the quick loan. And the reason they talk about this loan, because this here loan goes up to all right? Now, the reason they talk about it is because you can get this loan with no hidden fees or no credit checks. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. In order for you to get this here loan, you have to be with DCU at least for 90 days, all right, in order to qualify, and you have to have direct deposits with them, which I'm also going to talk about because a lot of people miss the opportunity to leverage their deposits to get access to more money, and build a relationship. Now, in reference to DCU, the best way to join, they have the American Consumer Council, or you can go for the Reach Out for Schools, which is $10. So you can join DCU like through those two ways. Those are the easiest ways to join, all right? Now, let's talk about this next lender. This is Connector, all right? And the thing about it with Connector, they pull Experian FICO 9. All right, and I always tell you, oh, by the way, DCU, they're more likely probably pull like a Mortgage 5 FICO score. So for those of you that never seen your mortgage score or don't know what your mortgage score is, click the link in the description, pull your real credit report, and I'll go over it with you. Schedule one-on-one consultation. Now, that being said, going back to Connector, they are a tier 3. Just like DCU is a tier 3, Connector is a tier 3 lending institution. What that means is that you have these 4 tiers, all right? So you have your major banks, which is your tier 1. Then you have your community banks and your regional banks is your tier 2. Then your credit unions is your tier 4. Then your alternative lenders, which we're going to talk about as your tier 4, all right? So those are your lenders that you want to check out in terms of when you're starting with your tier 3 and tier 4. Those are your highest chance of being able to get funding, especially when you have bad credit, all right? So I just wanted to clarify that for some people that may be asking the question. Now, back to Connector. They pull Experian FICO 9. And one of the things I tell you guys, any lending institution that offers FICO 9 is a game changer. And the reason is because you can add rent payments to your credit file. You can add utilities to your credit file. You can add subscriptions to your credit file, as well as authorized users to help build up your FICO 9, as well as your Vantage 3 and 4 scoring system, right? And another thing about the Vantage scoring system that most people are not aware, like usually your Vantage score 3 and 4 is usually off of your trend, okay? And then we'll talk about that, and I have talked about it in other videos as well. But since Connector uses a FICO 9, then it's much easier to get funding from them because of a FICO 9. Now, here's another amazing thing about Connector. Many people are not aware, they offer a payday loan, okay? A payday loan alternative up to 25. Now, here's their loans, but the problem is that they don't announce that loan, but they do have it. It's goes up to $2,500. So for those of you that have been with Connector for a while and you may need a payday loan or something like that, you just reach out to them. It's an in-house loan for their members and stuff, and it goes up to $2,500 with no credit check. All right, and then of course they have their other lending products. Personal loans go up to $100,000, and lines of credit go up to $100,000 as well. And like I said, with these here lenders, these are the lenders you'll have the highest chance because the minimum credit score. And I was at Connector yesterday, and I was asking a lady that deals with opening up the accounts. And I said, what's the lowest credit score you ever seen with Connector working with somebody? She said a 5. Okay. Now I know with Navy Federal on the loans and stuff, they don't put that information out there. But with them, and Navy Federal doesn't offer like payday loans as well. However, if you have like a 550 credit score and stuff like that with Navy Federal, their situation is that because you have a long history with them, they will still work with you and they may give you an unsecured 20 credit card. All right. So that's the reason a lot of people like Navy Federal. However, going back to Connecta actually makes it much easier to join. They, I think it's through the innovation program. They have an innovation program that you can join to become a member. All right. Now they're located in California, but they are native. So that's the reason a lot of people, they're like a hidden gem that a lot of people are not aware, because again, they offer lines of credit up to $100,000 as well as their loans up to $100,000. Navy Federal doesn't do that. All right. So Connecta Credit Union is definitely the next one you want to look at. Then here's another one. You have Universal Credit. Now here's the interesting thing about it. Universal Credit and Upgrade, they're part of the same company. All right. So Universal Credit is their sister company. However, Universal Credit gives you more flexibility trying to help you get funding than Upgrade, right? Because they focus more as if you have a lower income, if you have a lower credit score, Universal Credit will be more open to work with you than Upgrade. And granted, Upgrade will work with you with a 560 credit score, but people say you have a higher chance going through Universal Credit, their sister company. All right. So if you're looking for loans up to $50,000, again, having a low credit score, then this is one you definitely want to check out, because their loans go from $1,000 up to $50,000, and there's no worrying about your credit. See here, checking your rate is free and won't impact your credit score. So you can actually check and see if you qualify, so it won't hit your credit score. All right. Here's another credit union. This is a tier 3. Now, Universal Credit, that's a tier 4 lending institute. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, here's another situation, which is Community Credit Union, of Florida. Community Credit Union of Florida. Now, here's the thing about this is that they offer 2 types of hardship loans. As you can see here, they have a quick cash loan that goes from $1,000 up to $2,000, and then they offer a payday loan that goes from $1,000 up to $25,000. So they offer 2 opportunities for you to raise capital if you need fast cash. All right. Now they do have regular loans and stuff like that, but when you're in a rush and you need money and stuff like that, this is one of those lenders you may want to take into consideration as well. Now again, with most of your credit unions, in order to get access to their personal loans and their lines of credit, as well as their payday loans, you usually have to be a member for them at least 90 days. All right. It's OneMain. Now, I know many people are not too big of a fan of OneMain because of their high interest rates and stuff like that. But hey, when you need money, what do? You know, and the good thing about it with OneMain, again, you can be able to pre-qualify for this here loan. Now, their loans go anywhere, from $1,500 up to $20,000 is OneMain loans, all right? And again, you can pre-qualify, so it doesn't affect your credit. So when you're looking for money and you're trying to find the best lenders and you have bad credit, or here's a situation, you can have good credit. You can have an 800 credit score, but your debt to income ratio is over 70%. That's the reason you can't go to the banks. That's what makes it more challenging when you can't go to the banks. These are the lenders you want to go to. Now, this is a tier 4 lender, all right? And again, these are the type of lenders you would have a higher chance of approval versus your tier 1 and your tier 2 lender. The next one is Opportune. Again, Opportune is a great institution. And again, one of the things about it with Opportune is they are not in every state. However, You don't even have to have a social, and there's no impact on your credit score. You can pre-qualify. And the minimum amount of income you have to have is at least $500 a month. That's all you have to have. Be making at least $500 a month in order to qualify for Opportune type of loans, all right? And their loans, as you can see here, go from $300 up to $10,000. With this next lender, we're going to be talking about OP loans, okay? And we're talking about loans for bad credit. Now, here's the thing about it with OP loans. Their loans go anywhere from $500 to $4,000, all right? And like I said, if you just coming out of bankruptcy, but you have good income and stuff like that, they're a little more flexible with you. And in reference to OP loan, as I was telling you, like in terms of they don't operate in all the states. So as you can see here, here's all of the states that they operate in, right? So now you know, okay, well, these are the states that they operate in, and I'm not on that list, so then they may not be for me. So that way you're not going to waste an inquiry because it's a soft pull. It's a soft pull for you to check without it affecting your credit score. That's the great thing about this. But at the same time, so it just won't waste your time, just look here on this list, and you can see if your state is on this list. If it's not, then you know just to pass it up, right? It's Avant, all right? Now with Avant, as you can see here, their loans go anywhere from $2,000 up to $35,000, all right? Now the interesting thing about Avant, again, they have a lot more flexibility when you have challenging credit. So if you have a 580 credit score, but again, you have to have a direct deposit, active bank account, email, active phone number, and things of that nature so they can verify who you are, all right? So that's the reason that I'm telling you guys, with lenders and you're trying to get funding, the good part about it, they loan up to 35. So where your bank is not willing to help you, you have a higher chance of a guaranteed loan through these type of lenders, okay? Now, that's the reason I said looking for lenders that will actually give you cash that you don't have to stress if you don't have the best credit, but you have good income, all right? So that's the reason that Avant is on this list. Now, one other lender that's on the list is Best Egg, right? So with Best Egg, as you can see here, no impact on your credit. Again, this is where you're not wasting that hard inquiry, all right? No impact on the credit, and their loans, I think Best Egg loans go up to 50. That's right, their loans go up to 50,000. Now, usually with Best Egg, the minimum credit score is about a 600. But here's the interesting thing about it. Like I said, with your traditional lenders and stuff, their debt to income ratio may be 50-55% for a regular loan. However, with Best Egg, if your utilization is above that, usually up to 70%, they may still be able to help you get a loan. Get a loan from them, and that's the reason that I like them, because I have had clients that been trying to get funding and stuff, but because of their debt to income ratio, a lot of their banks and credit unions overlook them, especially for larger amounts. But for like your payday loans and stuff like that, those are pretty much open. But when it comes to larger amounts, if you're trying to get 10, 15, 25, up to $50,000 and they have bad credit, then these are the lenders you want to actually look at. Now, if you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off of the personal credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation.